Yo, what's good, man? This is your guy Manny, and welcome to the Talking Sports with Manny YouTube channel, man. Yeah, man, let's talk Utah Jazz. Let's talk Clippers. So, just got done doing an interview with a guy, so decided to hop in, see what's going on. I'll share my screen in a minute. Utah Jazz, man. Hey, can't believe they're down by 10 right now, but oh man, they're down by more than 10. Oops, my bad. Down by 13. And I believe this is an important game. It's an important game for the Jazz. They got to win this one. They got to win this one. Let me see what's going on. You got Nicholas Batum, 6 points. You got Kawhi Leonard, 7 points. I know he had some foul trouble. Okay, he's 3 fouls. So he's in foul trouble and he's still struggling. That's crazy. Morris, 6 points. Reggie Jackson, 9. Paul George, 5. So well balanced scoring from the starters. Let's take a look at the bench. Oh man, Luke Kennard got 11 points. That's the difference. That's why they're up 13. Man got 2. Rondo got 3. Zubac has 5. DeMarcus Cousins has 6. I knew I saw DeMarcus Cousins coming to the game. Yo, Ladarius, man, what to do, man? You said Jazz and 6. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Jazz and 6 as well. I mean, Clippers is Clippers. I don't know, man. Clippers don't impress me at all. Clippers don't impress me at all. I mean, I'm with you. Definitely Jazz and 6, but I also believe the Jazz need to win this game and have some momentum moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Let me look at what the Jazz are doing right now, scoring wise, because they're struggling right now. Royce O'Neal. Hold on, let me go back up. Royce O'Neal got 4. Bogdanovich got 8. He's playing well, surprisingly. Gobert got 3, 8 rebounds, no blocks. He needs some blocks. Ingles got 8. So they got Ingles starting because Mike Conley's out. Conley's a big piece to this team, honestly. Donovan Mitchell got 13. Ooh, 2 for 8 from 3. That's terrible. Clarkson got 9 points, 3 for 10 shooting. That's terrible as well. They're gonna need Favors or Yang to step up. Man, like with Conley out, it makes the Utah Jazz bench so much weaker. So I don't even know what's wrong with what's the name. But Darius says, I hate the Clippers. If Luca had a couple dependable co-stars, it would have been ugly for the Clippers. Yeah. Look, the Clippers should have lost in the first round. Like, how do you go up 2-0 and you end up losing the series? You go up 2-0. It's 5 games left. You got to win 4 out of 5. I mean, sorry. I mean, you're up 2-0. It's 5 games left. And in 5 games, you just got to win 2. And they couldn't do it. That's sad. That's terrible coaching. Rick Carlisle needs to be fired. He needs to be fired. Ah, man, I was so excited to see Luca win this series in 5, and that didn't happen. It was tied up 2-2. I mean, it was like the weirdest series I've ever seen in my life. It just kept kind of going back and forth. The home team couldn't win. So happens, man. Now the Clippers are, talking all this talk like they're that good. The Clippers are not that good. And then the first game, ATL versus the Sixers. That was an interesting game. ATL should have won that game. Like Philly had a big lead in the first quarter. Philly loses the lead. ATL comes back, and then ATL ends up blowing it. So that that was just crazy. They should have won that game, but they didn't. So headed back to game 3 in ATL is going to be bananas, man. I mean, hopefully that crowd has their crowd. Because if you notice, you look at teams like Philly, they're at full capacity. That stadium is filled up. You look at Phoenix. They had a full arena. And you look at teams like the Lakers, they had like 7,000 fans in the stadium. So it's not fair how some teams have a full arena, and then some teams don't. So yeah, NBA needs to regulate that for real. They really do. So 13-point game, second half prediction. I'm gonna say that Donovan Mitchell turns it up. Clarkson probably turns it up as well. I see those two guys stepping up and pulling out this win because I'm telling you guys, game one is so important. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how ATL goes to ATL and they're gonna be playing game three in ATL. They gotta win game three. If ATL does not win game three, they probably lose that series. So game ones, game threes are crucial. When the series is tied 0-0 or 1-1 or 2-2, that very next game determines who's really going to come out on top. So Utah needs to win this game. I'm telling you right now, when you go back to LA, even though they're not going to be at full capacity, it's still going back to LA with the series possibly at 2-2. I mean, or at 1-1. I mean, I'm sorry. So got to get game one. Game one is crucial. If they lose, then you're talking about game three, still in one in LA. Ladarius says, I'm sick of watching the playoffs right now with no Lakers. I hope we trade everybody besides Bron, AD, and THT. Bro, you took the words out of my mouth, man. Like the playoffs is extra boring right now. And it's not just because I'm a Lakers fan as well. I mean, it's like you see blowouts, you know what I'm saying? You see Phoenix. Phoenix is playing well, so I got to give Phoenix some credit, but a healthy Lakers team would have mopped Phoenix. It was not even going to be close. They would have mopped Phoenix. And playing against Denver, that's an easier matchup just for the simple fact that Phoenix is a really good team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm with you, man. Lakers got to trade AD. Lakers got to trade Braun. And I mean, sorry, not trade AD. No, keep AD, keep Braun, keep THT. Now I'm with you. I'm sorry, man. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm tripping right now. But yeah, everybody else like Kuzma, he needs to go. I mean, I'm a Kuzma guy. That's my guy, but he needs to go. I have a Kuzma jersey, you know what I'm saying? But he needs to go. He didn't play well in the playoffs. And in the playoffs is where you make your money. Dennis Schroeder said, hey, he wanted what, 80 million? Close to, I mean, he didn't want 80 million, then we offered him 84 million. He wanted what did he say, 100 million? Nah, 100 million 4 years, 25 a year? Nah, you're not that good. You're not that good. There says, if we're being honest, nobody's beating the Nets. I believe the Lakers could have did it. Yeah, I think the Lakers had a shot to beat the Nets, but honestly, I still say Bucks in 6. If the Bucks cannot get it done, nobody else can. Nobody else can. Hassan, what's up, bro? What's good with you, man? Appreciate you hopping on the stream. We just talking some NBA hoops. We just talking playoff basketball. He says, I think this is the best Kuzma's going to ever be. I think this is his ceiling. He's not going to get any better. Yeah, I mean, Kuzma is a bench player. Kuzma's a role player. And I've come to realize that. Some fans are expecting more. Some fans are expecting Kuzma to be like so amazing. Nah, Kuzma is what he is. He's just a bench player. You know what I'm saying? I like him, but I think that Kuzma was getting his groove in the regular season, even though he's not, even though he's not consistent. But I mean, man, it happens. It happens. Kuzma's a guy that they should have flipped. They should have flipped, but with that poison pill, it was hard to move him. Hassan says, "Who you got winning tonight?" I got the Jazz winning tonight, man. Or I'm hoping the Jazz win tonight. Obviously, I hate the Clippers, but Jazz got to get this game. If the Jazz don't get this game, they are officially in trouble. But back to what Ladarius was saying. Yeah, the Nets are loaded, man. The Nets really got the championship in the bag right now. It's for them to lose. Like I think if they get by the Bucks, whether they're playing Philly or whether they're playing ATL, it's going to be an easy matchup for the Nets. If the Nets end up playing ATL, that can be a sweep. If they end up playing Philly, I think the Nets are going to struggle with a legit big man, guarding that legit big man. They have nobody to guard Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is going to put everybody in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's what Ladarius says. Do you think we can get DeMar or Miles Turner? I know Dame is too far off. Yes, we can get DeMar and we can get Miles Turner. I think DeMar has one more year left on his deal. And I think Miles Turner still has 1 year left on his deal. So you have to send Kuzma and a KCP, maybe you sign and trade Dennis Schroeder. So there's some options to get a guy like Miles Turner. It's just all about do the Pacers take another guard? They have so many guards. Do the Spurs take a Dennis Schroeder? I think Dennis Schroeder will work perfectly with the Spurs, but I mean, we'll see. Jazz and six, yeah. Asan, you said Jazz and six. I said Jazz and six. Ladarius said Jazz and six as well. Um, it says if the Nets Clippers, I think Nets in five. Oh yeah, man, Nets in four. Nets and Clippers. It won't be close, but you do have an intriguing matchup between KD and Kawhi, so that would be fun to watch. If anybody has nah, Kawhi is not the defender that he once was. He can't even guard Luca, and KD's a whole different animal. So yeah, Nets in five, I can see that. Maybe even Nets in four. I don't think the Clippers have enough, man. But the Clippers and the Nets, they play the same. They don't really play a big man. You know what I'm saying? They play that kind of stretch five. You have like a Blake Griffin out there. Ooh, Blake Griffin versus his old team. That would be interesting. That would be interesting though. But I don't even want to see the Clippers dare smell a Western Conference game slash a finals game. Nah. Clippers fans will go crazy. It becomes so unbearable. The Nets are just smacking the Bucks in the face. Nets in five for me, maybe four. Yeah, before I called Bucks in six, but now the Bucks will be lucky to win this thing in seven. I think the Bucks aren't shooting well, but the good thing is the Bucks are going back home. Until you lose a game at home, the playoffs have not began. So the Bucks are still fine. They just can't lose at home. If they lose any games at home, they're done. They have to be perfect at home, and then they have to steal one versus the Nets. But I mean, we'll see what happens, man. It says Kawhi and KD would be nice to watch. Jazz are legit. Jazz are legit. The Jazz can literally win this whole thing. These dudes can score. They shoot a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes, and then they defend. So the Utah Jazz are a very interesting team. And Darius says it's crazy how they're blowing the Bucks out without Harden. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. But then with Harden there, maybe the defense gets worse. Think about it though. With Harden there, that means it's one basketball for three guys, right? Then on top of that, Bruce Brown is a very good defender. So you remove him to bring in Harden, you get more scoring, but you're going to be able to give up more points. So it's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. It's hard. I mean, Harden is great, ISO player, the point guard, essentially, and then Kyrie at the two. But we'll see, man. I mean, we'll definitely see. I mean, these super teams, these super teams you think is going to hurt KD's legacy. I mean, this is the era of super teams. It might actually help KD's legacy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he just bounces around and just finds these stacked teams, these super teams, and just keep building on it. Says Kendrick Perkins really called Giannis a bum after one bad game. Perk must have forgot he was a bum. Man, Perk is crazy. Perk be like, carry on when he's the one that needs to carry on with his sorry self. Oh man, Hassan said, who won? Sixers. Yeah, Sixers won today. It was a close game. I was pulling for ATL. The game was crazy, man. That game went back and forth, back and forth. I'm gonna pull up the box score real quick. Yeah, man, they won that game. It was 118 to 102. But don't let the score fool you because that third quarter was spectacular. Yeah, that third quarter was spectacular. Philly scored 34 in that third quarter. But yeah, that third quarter was good. The fourth quarter, they just faltered. I think Shake Milton came in and was knocking down threes like crazy. John Collins played 35 minutes only to score 8 points. Like they've been getting on this man on Twitter so tough, man. The Twitter world has no chill. Trey Young had a good game, 21 points, 11 assists. Bogdanovich, he played well, but he needed more. He had 14 points. Gallinari came off the bench and gave him 21 points. And Kevin Huter or whatever his name is. He had 20 points off the bench as well. So that's between those two guys, that's 41 points off the bench. The Hawks had won this game. I don't know how or why they lost. Bucks are a nice team, but they fell down when they first saw the Nets. Yeah, man. Look, I had high hopes for the Bucks. I'm thinking like this year, they were like the third team in the East, so it's like less pressure. They don't have to win the title. Giannis is not an MVP type player this year, so I felt like they can fly underneath the radar and slide past the Nets. But I was wrong. I mean, the Nets are probably going to take that in six, maybe even five. It's crazy. If the Bucks shot how they shot that last game, they're going to get swept. All right, so it says, I'm not gonna lie, Trey Young is so tough. I think his bag deeper than Curry's. Yeah, yeah, man. Look, Trey Young is a different animal. He's a different animal. Okay, we got the game back on, 11-point game. Donovan Mitchell, splash. Let's go. Let's go. 8-point game. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, Trey Young is different. He's Trey Young is different, man. Says, do you think both Bill and Westbrook leave Washington? I think both guys come back this season and give it a go one more time. I think this is Bill's last season. The only way Bill leaves is via trade, and that's if the front office say, "Hey, let's get rid of this guy and try to get as much as we can." But I believe this is Bradley Bill's last season in Washington, this up and coming season. Like, if Washington doesn't end up the 2 seed to the 4th seed, he's gone. Like, he has to see a major improvement every year. They're the 8th seed and they're struggling every single year, struggling. Hassan said, Hawks is 7 for me. It's going to be tough series, though. Man, bro, if the Hawks win, I'll be excited because this is the year of the unknown. This is the year of the shapeshifters. This is the year of people going out of their mind and just doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be awesome, man. You turn this ad off. I got my headphones in and this thing just started scaring me, man. I'm like, who's screaming? All right, so son, you a Warrior fan. Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. It says, do you see us going back to the playoffs next season, especially getting healthier Clay? Bro, y'all get a healthy Clay back, 100% healthy Clay, y'all are gonna be a problem. Because see, Curry played so well, right? But y'all didn't have enough defense. So with Clay and Draymond, that defense improves, and then a healthy James Wiseman, yeah, y'all are going to be a tough team. The problem or the question is going to be, do you guys retain Kelly Oubre? He's a big part of your team, but I don't think you guys are going to have the money to retain Kelly Oubre. But either way, I see you guys as a contender next year if everybody's fully healthy. The Warriors are back. Get excited, Hassan. For real, get excited. I just want to see John Wall succeed. Injuries messed up his prime. Wall should just go to a playoff team. Yeah, I mean, John Wall thought he was going to a playoff team when he was traded to the Rockets, and then he got injured again. So, yeah, man, where can John Wall honestly go with that contract? Who wants that contract? Washington gave away a first round pick just to acquire Westbrook. And I saw some rumor on Twitter today. It said, you know, what's his name? You can see a potential trade Westbrook to the Lakers. You know, probably like a sign and trade where the Lakers are giving up guys like Kuzma, KCP, or THT, a few first round picks. So they're gonna try to make a move, but I don't know. Westbrook, LeBron, and AD. That's going to be nasty because Westbrook can play. We know what Westbrook can do, but I don't know if the Wizards would want to take Kuzma, THT, and there's really no assets to trade for a John Wall other than offering 2 first round picks. Wizards might say, "Hey, let's get some more young pieces. Let's go ahead and move on from Westbrook and go younger, break this thing up and build it back." So, but yeah, man, yeah, John Wall's contract is a problem and nobody wants it. That's the issue. That's the biggest issue right now. It says, I think the problem with us is a great scorer off the bench, and we don't have that. Yeah, I mean, Jordan Poole is nice. I like Jordan Poole a lot. I think that Jordan Poole brings a lot to the table, but y'all definitely need more scoring. And y'all had that kid from Villanova, the one that looks like Draymond Green. Can't think of his name right now. Pascal, Pascal. Yeah, Pascal is nice. I mean, I think you guys are loaded, man. Based off of the money that the Warriors have and the flexibility, even in free agency, I think the Warriors have enough on the bench to be a contender next year. I honestly do. I honestly do. Give me a second. I'm gonna share this stream on Twitter. Hey, Ladarius, if you're still on, answer me this: who do you think the Lakers can actually add to the roster this year to make the roster better? Hassan said, "Oh yeah, Jordan Poole is real nice. The last couple of games, he was a beast for us, and was even in the starting lineup at times. Yeah, Jordan Poole is nice, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all got a real nice roster. You just need a healthy Clay Thompson and a healthy James Wiseman. You still got Wiggins. Don't forget, this is a different Warriors team. Y'all got scorers. Y'all got defense." Ladarius says, "I'm not gonna lie. If the Lakers get a third scorer like a Demar and a solid big Braun and AD healthy, it's getting scary. Yeah, if they get a DeMar DeRozan, oh man, Lakers didn't have a solid third scorer. I mean, Kuzma couldn't do it. Dennis Schroeder did it at times, but Dennis Schroeder just didn't really fit with this team. Yeah, we get a third scorer like DeMar. Oh my gosh, it's over. I know Palinka's going to do something, and the rest of the NBA is going to hate us for this. I think that Montrezl Harrell is gone. I think that Markeith Morris comes back. Dennis Schroeder says he wants to come back, but I will only take him back at a discount. Um, Kuzma's probably gonna stick around. THT. Wesley Matthews wants to come back, so you're probably gonna see a return of the same types of guys, but you're gonna see better play. Look, I like Whiteside, right? But everybody was making fun of Drummond. Whiteside, yes, Whiteside is going to be the exact same thing that Drummond was in terms of he's not athletic to catch those alley oops. He's decent in the post, but what you're going to get out of Whiteside is better blocks. I mean, a better blocking center. So, I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. It says Lakers could use someone like Curry or Damian Lillard. Yeah, but like, man, look, if Curry somehow ends up on the Lakers, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna go live on every platform and cry real tears if Curry ends up on the Lakers. Thank you. So Damian Lillard, they're not getting Damian Lillard. Curry could sign as a free agent this year. If the Lakers do a lot of 1 year deals, then it's going to tell me that they're going to try to pursue a Steph Curry in 2 years. So in year 2023, I think that's when Steph Curry is a free agent after this season that's coming up. So could be possible. As a Warriors fan, I would be so mad if Curry went to the Lakers, but it could happen. Dame could help LeBron a lot, bro. If we can get Dame, I would be so happy. But I just don't see Dame Lillard as the kind that leaves to go team up with guys. That's not Damian Lillard. That's not what he does. Says I think Schroeder blew his bag. I think he wasted our time with Trez because we didn't even play him. Yeah, Trez. I feel sorry for Trez because Trez turned down. I heard he turned down $80 million contract, which I don't think is true. Nobody turned down an $80 million contract to play for $9 million with the Lakers. No, I don't think that's what happened. But yeah, Schroeder messed up. Trez is leaving just because the coach don't even know how to use Trez. Trez is going to go to a team like Utah, and you're going to see Trez like turn into a beast. Trez is good. You got to play him off the bench. That's who he is. It says LeBron and Curry is a match made in heaven. Yeah, the pick and roll with LeBron and Curry is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy, man. So LeBron's gonna give look Bron and Steph, and you have Bron basically playing that Draymond Green type role and creating open shots. Oh man, he's gonna tear that up. He's gonna tear that up. So I think the Lakers should trade AD to some team because he can't stay healthy. Yeah, look, I'm okay with that. As good as AD is, he can't stay healthy. The Lakers have been able to get a championship out of AD. They have AD locked in for the next 4 years. So even post LeBron, if it doesn't work, you can always trade AD, flip him, and get more talent. Yeah, AD just cannot stay healthy. I think AD needs a new diet. He needs a new trainer. He needs new everything. If you guys are tuning in, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're new. Appreciate you guys showing love. It says, who would take AD though? A lot of teams will take AD. The Warriors will take AD. If the Warriors can get their hands on AD, I think they'll trade Wiseman. I think they'll trade Clay just to get AD. Yeah, if if the Warriors wanted AD and they can trade Clay, Wiseman, and maybe some draft picks or whatever. Yeah, AD is legit. It's just if you have AD, you gotta have a good backup center, a good backup power forward, just in case he gets hurt. When he's healthy, he's a top 5 player in this league. Utah's coming back, 66-61. He said Clay, heck no. So you're telling me you rather have Clay than AD? That's interesting. I mean, Clay's a good player. Clay's a great player, but I'm taking AD over Clay just because AD can give me more. When AD's healthy, I'm telling you, he's legit. It says, I swear to God, if we had the Suns, it says, I swear to God, we had the Suns until AD went down. Yeah, man, AD. Look, AD. If you look at every game the Lakers won, AD went off. Like he's special. AD went down, and Crowder and Booker was celebrating like it was one. Look, I cannot stand Crowder and I cannot stand Booker. I mean, I need these guys to lose in 6 to Denver for real. It says y'all beat down a broken down Lakers team. Bron ain't even looked the same since the Solomon Hill. Yeah, like bro, Bron went down, AD went down, and these folks is talking like they did something, bro. It's crazy, but it's kind of how it goes sometimes. Donovan Mitchell time. Donovan Mitchell just hit a three. That boy wild, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, Donovan Mitchell different. Let me hit that play by play. So for those people who ain't watching the game, they can see the play by play. Oh man. Kawhi just hit a three. Kawhi crazy. All right. Got the play by play. There it says, why does Crowder hate LeBron so much? Didn't they play together? I don't even. Yeah, they did. They did play together. I think in Cleveland. Yeah, I don't know why he hates LeBron so much. I guess that kind of hypes him up. It says, yeah, Clay is the heart of this team. Curry is an outstanding player, but we need someone besides Curry to step up, and it would be Clay to make plays or make that crucial shot. Yeah, I mean, Clay is the perfect player for your system. So I mean, I get it. I get it. People act like they forget that 2017 season. So people calling AD the best player in the league. Yeah, bro. AD is legit, man. AD is legit. It's just the injury bug. And remember the year when we got AD and we had money, right? I think we tried to go after Paul George, and Paul George ended up re-signing back with OKC. Then the next year, we had all this money and we're trying to get Kawhi and get all these different guys. The year we were trying to get Kawhi and Kyrie was a free agent, I was hoping that we didn't get Kyrie because Kyrie stays injury prone. So imagine an injury prone Kyrie and an injury prone AD. That don't bode well at all. That don't bode well at all. Hassan said James Wiseman for AD makes sense just because we're trading a center for center, but not the salaries don't match. That's why I threw in Clay Thompson or something else. Like Lakers are not giving up eight. Like Lakers gave up Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, I mean not Zubac, a few other players, and the fourth overall pick just to get AD. They're not gonna just do a one for one. Like it can't even happen because the contracts don't match. AD makes about what 36, $37 million a year, or something closer to the 40 million. So you got to send out the same amount of contracts to get him. So like a Wiseman, let's say James Wiseman. I mean, sorry, James Wiseman. What's his name? What's that guy? Andrew Wiggins and a few other players to make up that amount. But yeah, I mean, Lakers are not going to trade AD for just any old thing because AD is literally their franchise. I mean, they traded all their future assets for this guy. Oh, Clarkson with the three. Good shot. 1 point game. Let's go. It's going to take more than Wiseman just to get an AD. That's why when players trade for a superstar, you see that sometimes it's lopsided because you got to trade so much just to get a superstar. I mean, that's just how it is. You got to trade for the contract, just not for what the players can do, player ability. Rookie contracts don't get you anything. Look at Rondo and the Clippers having no impact. Ooh, good pass. Oh yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Utah balling right now. Good defense, my favorites, by the way. Let me see what the song said. It says, "What team do you think will shock us during the remainder of the playoffs?" I think Denver. Right now nobody's really looking at Denver. Denver just announced today that, the league just announced today that Nikola Jokic won the MVP, and they just announced it to the team, him with his team members. So that's only going to motivate him. I mean, if they don't get to the finals, then Jokic MVP season was a waste. So I think Denver's a team that's about to just show out and potentially get to the Western Conference Finals and have. I mean, they got a shot to beat in Utah. I mean, they're no slouch. Says, let's go Utah. Yes, sir. Uh-oh. Donovan Mitchell time. Ah. The lead. The lead. Utah up one. This might be their first lead all night. Yep, first lead since the first quarter when it was 12-11. Yo, yo, yo. If you're new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. Let's see. Yep, took the lead. Took the lead. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's see. Utah will go for it. Utah has the potential to win this thing. I mean, Utah's tough. Denver's tough. And even without a Jamal Murray, Denver's still tough. I like Denver a lot. And like I said, with Jokic knowing that he won that MVP, he's gonna want to play like the MVP in the playoffs. A lot of times, these folks win the MVP in the regular season, and then they don't ball out. You know what I'm saying? They don't ball out. They stop balling. But I think that Jokic is gonna want to prove that I was a legit MVP. I didn't win MVP because LeBron got hurt or Embiid was hurt too many games because those are some of the guys that should have won MVP. But LeBron was hurt. Joel Embiid was hurt. Which if Joel Embiid played all his games or the majority of his games, Embiid wins the MVP. Just for the simple fact, second best record in the league, led the Sixers to a one seed. Embiid should have won it, but he just wasn't healthy. So it is what it is. So I think Jokic is gonna come out and ball out and show people, yo, I'm legit. I'm supposed to be here. So I mean, we will see, man. We will see what happens. Yep. But yeah, Denver's tough. But yeah, I think Utah has a potential to wear off. I mean, like I said earlier, Utah plays defense. You have Rudy Gobert who's gonna, contest every shot. You know what I'm saying? Then you have guys like Clarkson who shoot a high percentage from the three. Well, he doesn't shoot a high percentage from the three, but he's capable of making threes. Yeah, you got guys like Royce O'Neal, Mike Conley. When Mike Conley's on, the guy's dangerous. Bogdanovich. The list goes on and on and on. Utah could possibly win this whole thing. They're good. They're legit. I used to think that Utah was a fluke. I used to think teams like Phoenix is solid, but I don't see Phoenix getting past Denver. I just don't see it. Ladarius said Kawhi is so stupid. Toronto was way better than these Clippers. You right though. Look, Kawhi talking about it's not about winning. He went to the Clippers to be closer to home. Blah blah. He could have came to the Lakers, but I think it would have been unfair for the league having Kawhi, LeBron, and AD. Yeah, it would have been. I mean, that trio would have won so many rings. I mean, I think that team could have won three straight. Kawhi, LeBron, and AD. So he goes to Clippers, calls his boy Paul George, and Paul George just haven't been as consistent as he's supposed to be. So I find that kind of funny. Yep. Had he stayed with Toronto, Toronto probably ends up in the Eastern Conference Finals. But it happens. It happens, man. He made a wrong business move, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. But I think that Kawhi is gone after this season. I don't think the Clippers come out of this round. Right? I think Utah obviously advances, hopefully in four, so they can piss Kawhi off, and Kawhi can be on his way. But yeah, I think either way it goes, Kawhi's gone. I mean, I just don't see him. I don't see him staying, honestly. Yo, SP, what it do? What it do, bro? Appreciate you hopping on the stream, man. We just talking NBA. We just talking basketball. Pat Beverly went from trash talker to bench cheerleader. Pat Beverly is trash, man. He's just not just a trash talker. Pat Beverly is trash. You hear me? Oh man, Pat Beverly don't even get minutes no more, man. Reggie Jackson was a solid scoop for them. Pay favors. Yang for three. Ah. When you got guys like Yang out here knocking down threes, man, Clippers never had a chance. Oh man, that's crazy. Yes, man. Telling y'all, man, Utah can shoot. Utah can shoot that rock. It says Avery Bradley went from the Lakers to the Heat to the Rockets. He gotta be sick. Ladarius, man, you out here, man. You roasting. You roasting everybody, man. Nah, I think Avery Bradley's was the worst because he wasn't able to come into the bubble with the Lakers, right? So Lakers win that ring. They probably gave him a ring, and he's probably gonna keep that ring, but he ain't gonna. He's probably not gonna rock with that ring. I want to see if they classify Avery Bradley as a champion. Let me see. Avery Bradley. I want to see if they consider him on Wikipedia as a champion. Maybe, maybe not. And if he's not classified as a champion, that would suck. Let me see. Trying to get to all of his accolades. Bro, they don't have him as an NBA champion. That's messed up. They got NBA All Defensive Team, NBA All Defensive Team second team. They got All Rookie 2010, first team All American, McDonald's All American, and there's nothing about an NBA title. That's so dirty. They did this man dirty, so he don't get a ring. Avery Bradley don't even get a ring, bro. That's crazy. So it's funny how people call it a Mickey Mouse ring, like their teams weren't in the same bubble. Man, come on, man. Hey, man, you better preach. You better preach. Everybody said it was a Mickey Mouse ring. Everybody, disrespected the ring. Nobody, wanted to claim that ring. But it's the same ring that other teams couldn't even get. Like you said, folks are funny, man. Folks are funny. Everybody talk all this trash about the Mickey Mouse ring, right? But everybody was going for it. So if you can't win a Mickey Mouse ring, that makes your team even more trash, right? Because the ring was so easy to win. And if you don't win it, then you're trash, right? Oh man. That's too funny. The score haven't updated on here. I don't know what's going on with ESPN. Okay. I think it's good now. Yep. But yeah, Avery Bradley, man, they did him dirty. So he's not considered an NBA champion just because he didn't attend the bubble. Man, that's tough. Well, that's according to Wikipedia. This is only because it's Lakers. Yeah, man, like, the Lakers are the most hated team in the NBA. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's people say they can't stand Lakers fans, but I mean, when you're part of a franchise that that's used to winning, excellent franchise, good front office for the most part, haters gonna hate. Clarkson, ooh, ooh, did y'all see that block? Ooh. One thing I can say about Magic Johnson, and I will never forgive him for this. Magic Johnson traded away Zubac for apparently nothing. I will never like Magic Johnson after he just almost wanted to ruin the team. This was since was Kobe hated like this when he was winning rings, man. Kobe, look, nobody liked Kobe when the Lakers were on top. When the Lakers were getting all these three peats and you know championships and all of this, folks hated Kobe. You talking about that first three peat with Kobe Shaq, right? Then they go back after missing the three. I mean, after missing that four peat, they go back the next year. So you're talking about four championship appearances in 5 years. End up losing to the Pistons. Folks hated the Lakers, man. Folks were not playing with the Lakers back then. They hated them with a passion. And then the whole new Lakers with Pau Gasol and Kobe. That squad went to three straight titles and won two. So I mean, Lakers have been on top, man. I did the math one time, and in a 10-year span, Lakers have been to the finals 7 years and won five titles. I mean, from 2000, right? 2001, 2002. They skipped three, went back in 2004 and lost. Then they ended up going back in 2000. I think it was 7, 8. No, it was 2008, 9, and 10. So Lakers ended up winning in 2009 and 2010. So from 2000 to 2010, that's domination. To appear in seven finals and win five, yeah, folks hated Kobe, man. Folks hated Kobe because he won so much. He won so much. He says now everyone want to act like they loved Kobe. LOL. I gotta go back and look and see what Skip was hating on Kobe. Like he was hating. I don't think Skip was hating on Kobe like he was hating on LeBron. Nah, LeBron is a different kind of hate. Skip just hates LeBron for whatever reason it is. I don't think Skip hated on Kobe like that. I mean, I think he respected Kobe more than he respects LeBron. So yeah, go check him out. I could be wrong. Skip Bayless is foolish, anyways. If you're new to the channel, man, please like, please subscribe, and please share. NBA streams, NFL streams, fantasy football stream, Washington football content, Laker content. Let's get it. It says not everyone's gonna act like. Let's see. There it says here, Skip has genuine hate for LeBron. Nah, he hates LeBron with a passion. It's crazy. And he has genuine hate for Terrell Lawrence. I mean, he's a cowboy. Think about it. The reason why me and you even hate Skip Bayless is number one, he's a Clippers fan. And for me, number two, Skip Bayless is a Cowboys fan. So those are the two teams that I hate. Being a Washington football fan, being a Laker fan, I hate the Clippers and I hate the Cowboys. So yeah, I never listen to anything that Skip Bayless says. He's a fool. He's a fool. He really is. It says this week. Yeah, I was on somebody's podcast, the Unintelligent Graduates. I was on episode 38. It was a great, it was a great episode. We were talking about Zack Snyder's wish list and Washington football Eagles and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've been on a couple of podcasts I'll say the past 5 days. I was just on one tonight before I came on the stream as well. Let me see what Ladarius says. It says funny. I thought his team was the Spurs. It was the Spurs. Yes, you're right. It was the Spurs and Cowboys. That was the Clippers. He said that was the Nets, Clippers, and Buccaneers fan. Nah, you're right though. You're right. Skip Bayless was a Spurs fan when Kawhi was there. When Kawhi left, he hated Kawhi, and then Kawhi came and joined the Clippers. And then he became a Clippers fan because of Kawhi. And then I didn't know that he liked the Nets or the Bucks. I mean, I stopped watching that show. That show is just foolish to me. Well, I'm about to hop off the stream, man. I hope that the Jazz win this game. I'm out, y'all. Peace.